Sir?
Yeah, can we start?
Yeah, shall we start, sir? Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Hi, very good morning to everyone. I think it's a bright Monday morning, back to work again. Hope everyone had your good weekend. No, it's a good rest. So today we are going to see like programming with C sharp. Uh, in this, we are not going to do anything on the practical sides. Like just we are going to see like what is C sharp and what is the advantages of C sharp and how this language is different from other languages. And from tomorrow onwards, we will dig into this and play around some coding and all those things. So in the past week sessions, any doubts or any questions? Is everyone are alert and everyone are available? Just you can say hi or something on the chat box. So a very good morning, Stephen. Yeah, Akash. Yeah, good. So the problem is on the online sessions, right? We can't see everyone's face and at the same time as you do in a real face-to-face sessions. And if the interactions goes down, right? So I will feel sleepy. It's almost 11 night here. So when we end up the session, it will be midnight for me. So let's keep this session more interactive and like towards like when we go on from week 2, 3 and 4, like it will be more of technical and all those things. So let's make it more interactive. Stop here and there and ask questions. So it will be fun. And at the end of 4 weeks, we can learn something. A very good morning to everyone. And thanks for messaging in the chat. Okay, let's start. Today we are going to see like programming language C sharp and what is the concept and why C sharp. Someone can unmute and say, because most of you are like final year students and who are ready to get your job and all those things, right? Like what do you think about C sharp or what it is C sharp, what you know related to C sharp. You can unmute and you can just answer. It may be wrong, that's fine, no worries, but you can just answer. So no one knows like what is C sharp. Hello. At least we can say, right, that is capital C plus hash after that. Okay, so is anyone just did a programming or coding in C sharp in this group? No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it looks like everyone are going to do fresh start. Okay. Okay. Then let me start with this. Like, as some of you are aware, like there are multiple languages available for doing a program. See, as on the previous classes, what we discussed, like you want to instruct the computer to do some work. If that is a robo, right, like how you see in movies, all there will be a robo. You will communicate something. Hey, get me a coffee. Hey, come and press my legs. Okay, can you take a printout from there, or can you pull the chair to me, like that? You will give some instructions, right? So that instruction, that machine should understand, like how when you go and on and off a switch, it the machine will understand, okay, this is on button, so he's switching on, I'm getting some power, I want to do the work. When you switch off this, the power gets cut, it is stopping. So similar way, there should be some input you have to give, and that should be understandable input by the machine or a computer or whatever you say. It's not just on and off, right? Like on and off switches, like very direct. Either power will be sent to that machine, a grinder will start working. When you stop, the power is off, then it won't work. Same way the bulb. Okay, whereas on the smart devices or machine, you want to give some input so that it will work. When you log into your mobile application, whatever, it needs some input. Input may be a password, or input may be your thumb impression, or input may be your face recognition. So something has to be sent. So based on the input, it should understand that. Same way that instructions, what you're giving for your computer, it needs to be a proper manner where the computer can understand that and it can process accordingly. So for that, you are using multiple language. How we already saw, like you are using general languages to communicate with different kinds of people or different parts of the world. Same way for computer, it uses different language. When you use different language, same way, when you use Tamil, the way the accent, what we call, right, like how they talk. When you use English, there is a different kind of accent in English. Like the English what we talk in India is different, and the English what they talk in Australia is different. The English what they talk in British is different, and what they talk in America is different. Even though everything is in English and everything has A to Z, there is no difference. But the way the pronunciation, the how the vocabularies are used, everything differs, right? Same way, when you take any language, even though the core concepts, like how the A to Z characters are similar for English word, the core concepts of any language mostly remains the same, but how you implement it may be different. So when you say like what's going on there in English and in Tamil, that may be something you can't directly convert. That there will be a different one in Hindi. It may be a different one, right? The way of asking. Same way, when you write a programming language, there should be some method or something format should be followed. What we call it as a code format, or in exact term, what we call it as syntax. So how the program has to be written, right? So that has to follow some set of rules and regulations. So that one we call it as syntax. So program is the set of instructions given to a computer or a machine. Okay, for that we are using language. The language will be C# language, Java language, Python language, or whatever languages you know, Swift or Objective-C or whatever language. So that is the language used. And third one, it has to be in the proper format or proper structure, or it has to follow a rule. So that rule we call it as syntax. Are you clear with these three terminology? One is program, one is syntax, one is language. Any doubt on this? Yes, no, anything? Okay, thanks, Ashidhar. Okay, thanks, Joshka. So we know what this three terms means. Like one is program. Programming is nothing but the coding or program or whatever, and how it should be written. So we follow something called as syntax. Each program is having their own syntax. And third one, like the language. So there are multiple languages, but still here we are going to see about C#. So what is mean by C#? Have you heard about a language called as C? Okay, good. So you know what is C. Okay, I'm not going to question you like what is C and all those things. Just you have heard about the language. So what happened? Like always, there will be one version of mobile will be introduced, but you want something extra or some added feature. So someone will take up an added feature and mix with that, and they will give a next model. Like when the mobile was introduced, it was only for talking. Then later they brought one thing called as text. Okay, so a mobile, you can talk and you can send messages. Later they came with some concepts of email and all those things. Later it came with camera. then it came with 2 camera, then 3 camera, 4 camera, and multiple cameras started coming, and now mobile become like a small computer. So the technology base remains the same, but they will do some add-ons and they will bring something new. So C is a good language which was a base for multiple um, applications to develop. Like most of the OS has been developed in C, and C is like a base for everything. But later, like they want to add some features to C. Like somebody may told, right? Okay, if this is there, it may be better. Like I like those are a roast. But if you give a topping of masala over that and some ghee over that, it will give something more attraction and it will be more tasty, right? Because I want healthy plus tasty. So similar kind of thing, they thought, okay, C is there as a base. Why don't we add some concepts over to that and we can bring a new language? And they bought that language as C sharp. And this is C hash, but it is pronounced as C sharp. That hash symbol, we call it as sharp. Okay. It is like a general purpose language. What is meant by general purpose language? It is not meant for some single purpose. It can be used for some development. You can use C sharp for mobile development or object oriented development or any kind of developments, web application development or standalone application development. So for anything it can be used. So it is a general purpose language, and it was supported and created by Microsoft in the year of 2000. It is almost 22 years gone, and this become very famous when Microsoft started adopting into the .NET part, and each version they started releasing, and now it has been used for a long time, and almost like there are many applications has been created with C sharp, and it is used in major platforms. Like in many places it has been used. I don't know, like are you aware of any applications which is using C sharp? If you know, you can answer. If not, that's fine. We can see. But many major platforms has used the C sharp, and the highlight of this is between C and C++, sorry, and the C sharp is like C++ and C sharp and Java. They are all object oriented. Let's see what is meant by object oriented in later point of time. Um, See, if you are a normal human being, if you come, talk, and smile and do whatever task I give, then you are a normal human being. If you can run faster than me, then I will say like you are a athlete or you are a sportsman, like that. If you can swim more than me, like then I will say like you are a good swimmer. So same way, but if you have something extra, like you can fly, you can jump from one building to other building, then I will call you as like a Superman, right? So similar kind of thing. All the languages has some basic thing, but when it follows some kind of super behavior and super things, right? So we call that as object oriented behavior. So there are some set of things, if that follows those set of things, right, we will call that languages, okay, this is an object oriented language. We will take C language and we will see like whether this is following all this set of thing. Okay, whether this guy can jump from mountain to mountain, or he can walk into a river, whether he can jump into a water, or he can run over the fire, like that all I will have some set of things. And if he clarify, like if he pass on all the test, right, then I will say like, hey, he is not a normal guy, he's a Superman. Similar kind of things, take any language and see like whether it passes all the set of things what I have. And if that passes all those criteria, then I will call that language as an object oriented language. Let's see what is the criteria we are set for an object oriented language in future. But just if you take C and if you see like whether it is passing all the object oriented approaches, it won't pass because it is a older language. Then when you take C++, if you see like whether it is passing all the object oriented approach, it will pass. And when you take C sharp, it will also pass all the object oriented approach. When you take Java and when you see like, oh, okay, whether it is passing all those things, it will pass because C++, Java, and C sharp are object oriented language. So this will undergo all these things. Any doubt? Okay, thanks, Akash. So as I told, like this is one of the major programming language which is used, and when you started seeing like the Windows with all the colorful UI and all those things like keep on coming, that Windows XP and all those things, like So each version of Windows and everything was efficiently done by C sharp language. And also like many games, the Xbox and all those things also, it was all like video games and all those things also was done by this C sharp language. And even many applications also, like some applications which you are familiar, but you may not be aware, like the background was C sharp language, like that. So it is a very good standard language, and it is there for a long time, and it is easy to understand. And you all know, like Visual Studio is the a wonderful IDE. So where you can like Visual Studio, for people who doesn't know, like it is a place where you can go and write your code. Like you can write code anywhere, but there should be some place which should suggest you something, right? See, you can write a letter and take a printout in a notepad, but I will be comfortable to type a letter in a WordPad, because WordPad will give me some grammar check, and it will also do some typo error. If I do a spelling mistake, it will say like spell check, and it will correct me. And whenever I want some space to be there, and I want a paragraph space, I want some underline, I want to do bold. So how it is supporting? So that is advantage of Word, right? So similar way, we have some place to type this C sharp programming code, and that also will give some suggestions and idea, and to implement some other external library into those things all. So we call that as a studio. What we will use in a photo studio, we will take a picture and we will do something with that, and we will take a negative, and from that negative we will print, and we will take out a colorful picture. Same way, Visual Studio is nothing but a place where you will type the code using C sharp, and it also supports other language, but here we are concentrating on C sharp. So where you will type with C sharp code, and you will compile the code, and you can execute, and you can see a beautiful output. So for that, like when Visual Studio came, and C Sharp also was trending, everyone started using this language, and it was there, and it is still a trending software language. Any doubts or any questions? Logeshwaran, any question? Oh, okay. Uh, so everyone knows, like there are multiple languages. There is Python, there is Java, there is C, there is C++. Why I went for C Sharp? One, I'm good in C Sharp. I love C Sharp, and it is easy to read C sharp. Like it doesn't mean like other languages are difficult like that. Others also is easy to some extent, but here it is like as I told, the Visual Studio gives you a wonderful platform where you can easily learn these things, and you can implement things. And I am into C sharp for a long time. Like as I started my career, like throughout I was with C sharp and Microsoft technologies. So I selected this will be a good place to share my knowledge, and whatever doubts you ask I can say. So that is why we are starting with C sharp. Okay, what is C sharp used for, and what softwares can you create with it? We already discussed, like C sharp can be used to create um, a colorful Windows platform, like the operating system also, and for your small games, and many of the softwares, like a small billing software, a small standalone application, and you can also create any web applications, and all those things, right? Like everything, RESTful API services, mobile applications using Xamarin support, and for everything you can use C sharp. So it is having a widespread of customers who are using that, and it is a good one. And as I was asking the same question before, like what are the softwares you are aware, like which is using C sharp? Here are some of those things, like Adobe Photoshop, Mozilla Firefox, MS SQL Server, and the Thunderbird's browser, and all those things are created using the C sharp language. Okay, I take a pause here. Like you can ask any questions related to this or something. So it's up to you how you write a program. Like if you want to take a Visual Studio open and if you just sit and type addition of two numbers and create a program, that is up to you. You can still do that. Or you are thinking like, let me create a small billing software, like uh, like in the billing software I want to do something and I can just go and one good thing about here is like if you're creating a Windows based application, it will create a exe. You can just copy that exe in your pen drive and you can go and you can where whichever place you want to do, like say like nearby home there is a shop is there, or your parents is holding a shop or something, a stationery shop or somewhere, like you want to just copy that exe file, uh, copy and paste it to that computer there. And also like for that support you want to install some frameworks which is available in internet at free of cost, so you can just download and you can go and install. When they double click that exe, the software will open, so they can just type everything and they can click on save, so it can be saved in a normal excel or a text file, so that at the end of the day, like you are having a stationery or something, like your parents or someone, they can just open and see, like they can see, okay, today I sold 5 books and 10 pens and all those things like that. So it will create an inventory which is very small and very simple. Like you don't even spend more than 2 hours to create this kind of small applications. You can just give at free of cost to nearby people, so they will feel happy and they will have some inventory. Like how like when you go for a tour with your friends, like we have multiple apps, right? Like whatever I spend, okay, Bhuvan spend some 200 rupees for petrol, and someone spend like Akash has spent something for food, and Indumati has spent something for bus ticket or entering a ticket, entry ticket for some museum. So all those things we want to keep a note of it, right? So for that kind of things also you can do like a small Xamarin application, and you can deploy and you can install that app and you can use it, or you can have everything. So once you start doing that kind of development, right, you will start enjoying doing any programming. Like just adding two numbers or finding which number is greater, this all like already if you go and type in Google, right, all these programs are already available there. So and even in your school or colleges, like your teachers will come and they will write some programs on the board and you will copy that, or they will say the basic algorithm and you will copy that and you will do, right? It may be interesting, but to go to next level or think something differently, you want to start doing something and you want to get appreciation at each point. When somebody start appreciating you, right, you will get more involved and you will be start doing things. So try to think in that way and try to do small things and see, like, because now Google is available at free of cost, like many codings are available, and you can just copy some coding and paste it and you can create a normal software or whatever it is. So that will make you to create an interest, then slowly you can keep going. um, like, so for that, that C sharp will be a good one to start. And Indumati, you asked question like C sharp is easy compared to C. uh, I, yes, I will say like see, uh, on the basic thing, if you understand, C is like a base level and C sharp is built with object oriented level. So on the functionality weight, it is added with some functionality, correct? Like it is like a higher level to C. So it is added with some functionality. So in that way, if you see, like it is having more libraries and more functionalities into C sharp. But if you see C, when it was created, you will have a C compiler which will be like there was no proper graphics for that, so it will be like black and white, and when you do some error, you don't know where the error is happening and where to go and find. Whereas on the C sharp, you have a wonderful IDE, and if you are going to use it in your personal thing, you can install Visual Studio Community Edition, which is free of cost. You just register your email ID and you put in you are using for your study purpose. So Microsoft is giving the Community Edition for free. So when you go and do something, when you compile, it will automatically show, okay, here it is a wrong, like that. Sometimes it will suggest and it will suggest some code. Like when you type something itself, it will suggest some code and it will correct easily. So in that part, it will be very easy. Like it will make you to work easily and it will make things easy. So in that part, yes, you will start enjoying that and you will start working on that. So it will be easy compared to C. Any questions? Okay. So as I told, like what is the advantages of using programming with C sharp? Okay, this one we already discussed. Like there is a very big community behind C sharp. Means like uh, if I put you somewhere, I don't know how many are from like southern part of India. If I put you somewhere in midtown of Chennai or Bangalore and ask you to go and find some places, okay, find a restaurant or find a place where I can get some puri, something like that. So you will go and you will find some place and you will come back, because in midtown of Chennai or in a downtown of Bangalore, like Koramangala, that kind of place where there will be many populations available. Even though if you don't know proper language, you can ask like, oh, okay, I feel hungry, I need dosa, like I need something like that. You can do some sign language, and people will advise you. Even an auto driver will advise you, or like a person who is walking on the road can advise you, and you can go and you can find some restaurant or hotel and you can get something. Do you agree or not? When there is more crowd, when there are many people, you want to communicate something, you don't know language, at least you can show some sign language and you can get your work done. Yes or no? Yes. Only Shashidhar agrees, others doesn't agree to me. Okay, thanks. So thank you. So when there is a crowd, right, like you don't want to say your problem in the right sense. You can just say something, people are ready to understand. Okay, if same thing, I'm going to put you near to Tirupati Hills. There is no people. You are on the halfway to the Tirupati Hills and it is total forest. Or I'm putting you near to Mangalore, that Konkan area where it is like thick forest and there is no people are there. There I'm going to give you the same task, not those. I'm saying like just get some food. So you don't know the language, you are going to stuck somewhere, you don't know where you are going to go and you want to explain to someone. You can do sign language, but there should be some people around you to explain or help you. If there is no one is there, what you're going to say, even though you know, like you know Konkan language or you know like a very good Telugu language, still there is no people to communicate or there is no communication or anything, you can't express yourself. So once you express, people can understand and then they can serve you better. But here there is no one to express because of less population. Same thing happens when you go with C sharp or Java, this kind of language. There is a very big community built because it is almost 20 plus years. The language is there, and many people has been into this, and there are many masters and subject matter experts available in this community. So what will happen? Just go to Google and type a C sharp community or C sharp forum. There will be many forums available, and they already have solution for all the problems. Like most of the problems, when you ask, okay, I want to convert my file into PDF using C sharp, like that, if you type, there are many solutions will come. You can try whichever solutions you want. So when you take up one good language, which is there with a great community, there will be many developers behind it, and there will be many people who are ready to help. And one good thing about Microsoft backend, this one, like when you more contribute to these kind of forums, Microsoft itself will select you and they will give you some award. Like when they read my profile, they told like I was awarded with something. All right, like when you contribute more to this kind of forums, Microsoft will find you and they will award you, and that award what they gave will make many sense, like it will take you to next level. And there are many forums will what when you do more contribution, they will give you some more gifts, like they will give some cell phones, they will give some t-shirts and all those things like that. So when you are with a community which is like highly built, then it is easy to get a help. Wherever you get stuck, it is not just you, there are many people there to immediately come and help and rescue for you. You don't want a parachute, or you don't want someone like a military like helicopter to come and help you and rescue all those things. Same way, like if you're going for a newly developed language and there are many less people, you don't know whom to go and ask and what to ask. So that will happen. So that is one great advantage of this, and you can easily resolve your problems. Okay, as we told, like first one is object oriented language. Like object oriented in the sense, like I told, there should be some set of things it has to follow. That main is modular maintainable applications or reusable codes. What this means? Any idea? Modular, maintainable application and reusable codes. This is one concepts of object oriented. When we say like this, they are saying like this is one major part like that. Inheritance, good. Like you can say me in a general term, like what is mean by reusable codes? Functions. Okay. You can say in some general terms. So we will understand that, right? You won't forget. Modular, maintainable applications and reusable codes. Okay, let's see like what is reusable codes. Before that, I want to say something. Okay, can be rewrite. Very good, Shashidran. Yes. So I will say a story, like fun story, then I will go. Like whenever my mom do some vada or something for some occasions, right? She will prepare some more vada and she will keep it. Um, that night, for sure, our home will have puri. Okay. What is concept behind this? Like whenever we do vada or something, like that night there will be for sure puri. And other pattern is like whenever she does puri on night or like early morning, that afternoon, next day afternoon or that same day afternoon, we will have a puppet cooked in our home. So nothing but what concept behind this, like she used to put pour or more oil and she will keep it. Okay, so when she does vada afternoon, that oil will be left out and she don't want to throw that oil. Even though everyone says like don't reuse oil, but still she don't want to throw oil and waste something. So she want to reuse one more time. Same oil, she will again reuse and she will prepare something like she will prepare puri. If she prepares puri in the morning and the same day afternoon, she will create some papad and give. So what she is doing, she is reusing the oil. The oil remains the same, kadai remains the same, everything is same, so she wants to reuse. Why? She don't want to waste the oil, or the oil is already in setup and everything is in the form. So she don't want to reuse. Sorry, she don't want to waste. So this is how like I believe like most of your families also follow this kind of strategies. I believe so. Um, Same way, I'm writing a code. Say for example, like there is one client, there is a bank who is asking to write a program. So what I'm doing, I'm writing one logic like okay, for bank, whatever they see on the screen when they click on print, everything has to be go to printer and it has to be printed on the certain format, and it also has to be downloaded as a PDF. So that code is ready for me. This is for some X client. Again, some other client is coming and they are also asking some other software and they have the same functionality. So what I will do, like I don't sit and write the same code there. What I will do, I already wrote the code for this company client, right? For X company, I will copy and I can use the code there. Or the C sharp is having one advantage. We call it as library. Okay. So what we will say, like we will make that as a packet, something like a box, and we will send only that library to that new project. So we will reuse the library and we will write the code. So say for example, I have one developer who worked for 5 days to create this code, and I'm going to pay him like for 5 days, I'm paid him 5,000. Okay. When for another client, when the same functionality comes, I don't want to pay 5,000 again for this developer. What I will do, I will ask the developer to reuse the code there. So he will copy this DLL and just paste it there, and he will start working on that project. So I will pay him for 1 hour, make like 100 rupees I will pay, and this is done. So when you have one set of code, I can reuse in multiple application. Even in same project, we can completely reuse the set of codes. Okay, some code cleanup activity or whatever it is, like very easy to reuse. Whereas in C, it is not so much supportable to do. So the reusable code is one major advantage when you make a very big software applications, and if you're going to do for multiple things. If you create one software for one shop and that can be used for many people, that reusability is very much supportive in C sharp. Modular maintainable application in the sense like um in the same example, if I create all the applications like okay, inventory means like what to say, like adding some products. to that software is same level, like on the same page or same file. Okay, and billing also in the same file, and doing this printout and all these things, everything if I'm putting in single file, and if I'm going to create a code, there is no functions, there is no method, there is no proper structure. What we call it as modularity. Modularity means breaking. Based on the functionality, you want to break everything, then only it will be easy for reusing. Like if you have some three files, where one is for stock inventory, one is for billing, and other one is for printing, then whoever asks for printing, majorly printing will be there for all the application and all the software, right? So I can just copy this part of code and I can reuse everywhere. So whenever you create a software, you want to do that modularity, that is main one, which we will see in future class. So, and here the reusable is very big advantages for us compared to other C or C++ languages. So that is one advantage of C# for object-oriented approach. Any questions? Okay, automatic garbage collection. What is mean by garbage? See, whatever I'm asking are just English terminologies. You can say whatever you would know. Waste, correct. Garbage is nothing but waste. Dustbin, okay. Whatever there inside a dustbin is garbage. Trash or some dirty things, everything we call it as garbage. So what is garbage collection and automatic garbage collection? What it is happening? See, I'm going to do something, okay, and I'm going to add some dust over. Like if you're sitting in a table and if you keep eating something and you will put some dust over everywhere, and that dust will be keep staying on the table. Okay, suddenly when someone comes in, like they will get confused. Okay, what, this table is so ugly, it doesn't looks clean. I don't know what to take and what is good, what is bad, like that all. Like if your table is so much dirty when you're eating, if somebody wants to come, like they don't know which one is good thing, which one is bad thing. If you are eating some non-veg and if you're having some trash over on the side, if you're asking your friend, hey, can you just join me, you can taste something, like that, he don't know which one to eat, whether that wastage or that is a good one or something, he may get confused, right? So similar kind of thing. So what you have to do, like whenever there is a wastage, you want to keep it separate or you want to just throw away that. Same way, whenever there is a code, right, everything is happening in the memory. Okay, so like your mobile is having a short memory, and also laptop will sometimes have a short memory. So when you are opening multiple application, you are opening a WhatsApp, you are doing a video call, and you are doing some movie, you are doing YouTube and all those things, right? Your mobile will get hanged up. Why? That doesn't have a memory to do all the process, and all will be open. So what you will do instantly, okay, now I want to clean up my memory, like that, you will go and you will kill all the apps and you will make it clean. Hey, now I'm back to form. Okay, everything is clean. Now I will start again doing some video chat or something. It will be very fast. So same thing, who taught you? Somebody may told you, so you did. So what the programmers did, like why we want always to go and kill by ourselves? Let's do one concept where it will automatically go whatever is there in the trash, which is unwanted only will be in the trash, right? Let it kill by the language itself. So they created an automatic garbage collection. It will go and see based on some concepts, like okay, this is not used for a long time, it is just sitting in this place, let me clean it up, like that it will just clean it automatically. So that's an advantage which will make your programming to work faster. Like whatever you do in your mobile, if you're not you open some application but it is not used for long time, you just open a WhatsApp but not used for long time, your like mobile itself kills that, then that is one advantage, right? Same kind of thing, garbage collection was handled in C# language. Questions? Okay, no problem if memory leak. Okay, memory leak, to explain you, mainly you have seen in C and C++, there is a concept called as pointers, where we will handle with address. So whenever you handle with address, there is major issues of memory leaks will happen. Um, I can give you some example, but don't just relate the same thing, but just to make you understand. See, I want to meet a guy named like Sashidharan. Okay, and Sashidharan is living in New York Street, maybe like room number or like home number 101. So if you say me exactly Shashidhar living in room number 101, go and meet him like that. If you say, it will be helpful for me. But what this usually this pointers everything will take, it will take only the address. It don't know like it won't give any other thing. Yes or no? Like pointers is a concept in C, which will take only the address of a memory place, and it will ask you to do some manipulation. So if I want to hit someone, they will say like go and hit a guy who is there in flat number 101 New York Street. So I will directly go, I will knock the door, open, I will hit that guy, give a punch in his nose, and I will come back. So my target is to hit Sasidharan, who is there in 101 New York Street. But I went, when I opened the door was opened by Akash, who is nowhere related to this one. But I punched in Akash's face and I came back. Whether what I did is right or wrong, whether my task is completed or not. Yes or no? No. Okay. No offense, Sashidhar or Akash. I was just using your names. Okay. So I did a mistake. Okay. I shouldn't have went and hit at Akash, but the instruction given to me is go to like flat number 101 New York Street and hit the guy. But I did a mistake. Like after everything happened, only I may came to know. I can't go and fix it back because I hit it on the face of Akash, which is a wrong one. I should have hit it on the face of Sashidharan, which is a wrong one. Okay, this is something I can go and ask sorry. I want to deliver some iPhone instead of Sashi there. If I given to Akash, so who is responsible? I can't just say with a sorry or something. I want to give a backup, and I want to find a phone, and I want to give. So this looks like a small problem, but this is actually not a small problem. So this is how the memory leaks will happen. So we will handle everything with the memory, but there is a problem, like you can't keep everything in one location. There is a possibility like the data may overflow in some other memory. When you say like go and clear the data in this memory location like that, and when you want to clear, you should have clear which is all connected to that. But you will clear only one part and come back, but other parts may not be cleared and it will still stay in the memory, and that will create all the memory leaks. And if that is a sensitive data, this may be hacked by someone and everything will be spoiled. So this kind of situations are properly handled in C sharp because they have a very good memory backup, and all these memory leaks are handled in a very clear process. Any questions? Okay. Easy to development. Like as I told, they have something called as libraries, class libraries, which there are many things which is available in online. Hmm, okay. Uh, I don't know. I'm saying some fun examples just to make you understand, like you never ever forget in your life. Whenever you think about this concept, this example at least come to your mind, so that if that is an interview or something, you can relate this and say. So that is the reason I'm using some funny example. If you want to change example, you just let me know, I can use it. Or if you're fine with this kind of funny example, then I will continue. Is that fine? Or you want to go with some technical examples? Okay, thanks. So let me go with this one. So easy development. So what is happening, like if you want to do a oh, okay, thanks. So what will happen, like before, if I want to do some food, I want to go, I want to take everything from the scratch and I want to prepare a food. Like say for example, a noodles. Like I want to try a Thai noodles. But what I will do, I want to get a rice noodles, I want to soak it, and I want to do some step 1 2 3 4 5 something, and I will finally do, but it doesn't turn out to be a good noodle. What to do? That's my fate. I don't know cooking. So this is how it happens. But now if I go and get a pack, there is already a taste maker masala inside. Just add water, put that masala, and put this one. Fine. End of the thing. Like I will have a very tasty noodles. Nothing will go wrong. Correct? How many will agree? Like, hello. Can someone go on mute? Okay, I think it's Ratnavil. Okay, so how this works, like everything on the ready made, and I'm going to just use it, and I'm 100% confident like that noodles doesn't goes bad. So similar kind of things, what is happening, there is something called as NuGet library, okay, NuGet, where the basic functionalities all will be created, and it is all hosted like by many developers of Microsoft and other developers. They all will keep everything ready. So whenever you want to do some functionality like that, you don't want to do everything from the scratch. Go to NuGet, just download the library and do the functionality. Now say like calculator is a common application which is everyone knows, like calculator is used everywhere. So for calculator, I don't want to write the code right from the scratch. So calculator wants an input and the output will be sent to me. So for that, take a library which is available on online, download the library, and consume the library into your code, and just send an input. It will do the process and it will give back you output. So most of the solutions which are all known, like which are all solved or available as a libraries. So that is one big advantage here. So if you want to create a calculator application program, it will take you at least some 2 to 3 hours time. But because of this library, download a calculator library and just consume that library and send input. It will give you output. Just show the output. That's it. So it don't even take more than some 10-15 minutes of time. Your calculator application will be ready. But don't use this one for your programming test or lab thing. This is when you do it for the real time. So this libraries will be very big thing, so which will make your development very easy. Any questions? Correct. Library and packages, everything are same. DLL, we call like that will have a dynamic link library, which will have an extension of .dll, which will called as a NuGet package, or libraries or some supporting files, all are same. Utilities, the names are different, but everything is same. Any other questions? Okay. Next, cross platform. What is mean by cross platform? Cross platform. I know some railway station platform. What is mean by cross platform? You can say like what platform you know. One is railway platform. Any other platform? Okay. So let me say here, like what is mean by cross platform in the sense like I know C sharp, so I created one concept, like say like calculators concept or some concept. I already created one concept which is very much complex, and someone is going to create a Java application, but they want this concept, whatever I created, right, to be implemented in their code. Um, Say like a fingerprint thumb impression implementation, or like whenever you enter your mobile number, I want to give some other information related to that mobile number. So this kind of concept I already created and I have in my system, and one of my friend is also creating the similar logic which is using that other information, and he is creating some other thing maybe for his application. So he is creating using Java. So what will happen for him, there are two works. First, he want to do from scratch. First, he want to do some coding for getting mobile number and giving other information. Second, he want to do like getting other information and processing some address or something from that. Like two things he want to do. But I already completed one task, like almost like 50% of the task I already completed, but I have done in C sharp. But he needs in Java. So what this cross platform support helps is like I can give my library so he can use it, or if he is going to bring the Java part, right, so Java libraries I can also use in C sharp. So there is like it is not directly you can use how you're using in NuGet package, but there are some supports between other languages, so that is called as cross platform. Same way, like always, like Visual Studio works in Windows application, and because Windows belongs to Microsoft and Visual Studio belongs to Microsoft and C Sharp belongs to Microsoft, so it doesn't means like C Sharp will only work on Windows application. It will also has some support on Mac, Apple platform, and also on the Linux environment. So it is like it is ready to work in multiple platforms and multiple environments. So that is called as platform support. So it is not going to stop you in anything. This is one advantage. Then, as I told, like better integration. So there is something called as common language runtime. Like I speak some different language, and most of you are the audience here. You speak like different language. Some speak English, Hindi, Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, whatever language you know. Okay, but we all communicate in one language which is very common. Okay, that is English. English is not my native language. It is not even my country's language. It is some other country's language. But still, when I try to talk to you, you are understanding and you are giving the concepts back to me, or you are responding back, because that is a common language runtime between both of us. Okay, same way, whatever code you write in C sharp, it is C sharp language. Whatever code you write in Java, it is a Java language. But when you want to integrate all those things, this C sharp or this Java, this all language will be converted to some native machine languages by this common language runtime. How you know, like say, like I'm talking in Tamil to you, and you know only Hindi. So I will bring an interpreter who knows both Tamil and Hindi. So he will take my Tamil input and he will uh, say you in Hindi, and same way, like he will do the vice versa thing. So he is a common language interpreter who knows both the language and he can make both of us to understand. Same way, whatever language comes, like this .NET framework has common language runtime CLR. Okay, so this will understand the language and it will say to the machine. So it helps a lot for better integration. Whatever codes you have in different language, you can integrate. Like some old application is using some C, and one more application using Java. We want to implement everything in C sharp. Still, we can do that. It's not impossible thing. It is possible thing, but it may take some time. That's it. Okay, more legible coding. Like as I told, like here everything is like very much clear, and the header files will be there, and whatever you click, right? Like there are methods where whenever you click, all the reference and all those things are like very much clear. Whatever you do, like where is what reference for what, and how to make the code, like the look and feel, everything is very legitimate. So it is very helpful for you to do the coding. So it will be properly arranged and all those things. It is not like writing a C in any notepad or a command prompt like that. So that is one advantage. And scarcity of choice. Like as I told before, like C sharp is very supportive with language. Like if you are a beginner, then it is going to helpful a lot because of the Microsoft stack behind that. So it is very good for that. And programming support. Mm, this is a point what we already discussed. Like there is a very big community for .NET and C Sharp, which is backend by Microsoft, a very big organization. Before Java was an open source, now it is like with the more of Oracle support. But micro C Sharp was with Microsoft right from starting. So like in 20 years, they built a very big, huge community, and there will be very big support. And backward compatibility. What is meant by backward compatibility? This is a general one. Like, okay, are you a backward compatible guy? Or your father is a forward compatible guy? They may ask this kind of questions, right? So what is meant by backward compatibility? Say soon. There is only 3 minutes more. Any idea? Backward or forward compatibility? See, you may be a 2K kids or a 90s kids or whatever. Okay. So uh, your father may be like a 60s kids. Okay, so the way your father dress up, or your mother dress up, or your brother dress up, and the way you dress up, and you have your hairstyle, and you have your makeup, and all those things are slightly different. It is not same like how what they did and what you are doing. In the olden days, like olden days in the sense like before decades, like they used to apply oil, but now like oil applying is like something different. Everyone are not applying oil in most of the cases to your hair. So This is called as something. Okay, so what is the compatibility of 2K kids with some 60s kids? What is that, like whether you are backward compatible, like backward compatible in the sense like 2K is recent, right? Are you going and applying oil, or you are dressing up like dhoti and shirt like how your parents or your grandparents were wearing? So are you compatible with that when there is a cultural program, when there is a shankranti or pongal, whether you are dressing up like the way your parents dressed up or your ancestors dressed up? So that is like, are you backward compatible? Same way, when they go and ask your parents, are you forward compatible? Forward compatible in the sense, do you know what are the technologies came? Do you know how to play some games? Do you know how to do a WhatsApp message? All those things, right? That is all new technology, which is very much new and strange for your parents or your grandparents. But still, there are many grandparents and all parents who are adopting to new technology, and they are also giving a tough fight for you guys in handling all the mobiles and all the mobile app, right? So that is their thought to forward compatible. So forward compatible is okay. Like mostly if you see, like people will try to learn everything, like your parents using a mobile phone or your grandparents using a mobile phone and computer, they will keep learning. Like now you're using mobile phone, in future there is something happens, like you will learn all those things, that is fine. But are you a backward compatible guy? Like you know what are the cultures, what your parents did? Okay, are you applying oil on a daily basis? Are you dressing up like your parents did? So that backward compatibility is always a problem, right? When that is a problem for a normal human being, think about this applications. So now I have created an application which is in new language, and something I want to integrate this application with an old application, whether it can go and adopt in that situation, because that framework and libraries what I used now may not be available in that old. So that is called as backward compatible. Most of the cases, like whatever you created in the C sharp, it will support for the old application which is already there. So that backward compatibility is very big advantage. Say for example, like SBI, State Bank of India, has created one software which is there for bank, is there for hundreds of years, right? Like almost 200 plus years, and they have a very old software. Now you are creating one software, and you are going and showing like this software can help you in State Bank of India services. Then they are saying, okay, can we implement this software into our old software? Like that, if you are created using C sharp, yes, that is having a backward compatibility and it can support. If you are having some other software, some other software language you have selected, then there won't be that compatible, right? So even though your concept is good, you can't go and prove them, or they can't implement in their bank services. So that is, looks like a small term, but that is a very big um, event, like advantage of any languages. Any questions? Okay, sorry, I'm taking 2 minutes of your time. uh, Disadvantage of programming is, see, yes, always, no one is perfect, right? So same way, like there are few disadvantages, like where like in the object oriented things, there may be small issues, like how you prefer adding that, and what are the best practices using those software, like that all. There are few faults and things are there, but still, like Microsoft and the C sharp development team are working hard to fix, and they're upgrading themselves, and they're giving multiple versions on a very quick like time, in quick duration they are giving some upgradation, so that the disadvantages are not so bad. And future, like for sure, like it is there for more than 22 years, and it is going to be a very big thing, like when it grows up with .NET platform as well. So mm, there is no doubt like how this language is going to be there for the future. And like Microsoft is behind it for sure, it is going to be used there. Any questions? If no questions, then we can close the session today, and thanks for your time.
Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback form. It will be posted in the chat box. So thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. Sir? Dear students, kindly fill the feedback form. So it will be posted in the chat box. And then you have to leave. Have a good day.